Last night in our writing class, I had a bit of a breakthrough. And yes, writing usually provides, breakthroughs, and it makes you see things a little bit differently. It helps you put things that are within you out onto the page, separating yourself from the stuff. And there you see patterns, you see information. It's a fantastic practice, writing for the sake of writing, because it helps us really process a lot of things. Yesterday, what came out really surprised me. I will be sharing that entire piece I wrote on my Substack, Living Playfully. If you're on Substack, come and follow me there on Living Playfully. But the crux of the matter, what I realized by the time I'd finished writing that piece was, oh my God, I am not responsible to put out every idea I have, to execute every idea I have, and take every single opportunity I get and put it out into the world. That kind of flabbergasted me to realize that, because we all are made to believe, you have these opportunities that come to you, and you need to grab them and take action immediately, otherwise the opportunity is lost. Lost is the word that is used, right? Or how often has it been where you've had an idea for a project, or something to do in your business, an interesting way to market your business, some fun stuff, like you have this idea, but for whatever reason you didn't act upon it. And then after a month or two, you see somebody else is doing it. Somebody else has acted upon that idea which you had in the first place. Haven't you beaten yourself up about it? Like, oh shit, I thought of that first. I should have done it. Now somebody else has done it. Right? But the thing is, in the grand scheme of things, ideas and particles of inspiration, they're just floating through the ether. And sometimes they enter your mind, sometimes they enter somebody else's mind. You are not responsible to make sure every single one of it happens. And we waste so much time beating ourselves up about this and thinking, I should have done it, I didn't take that opportunity. And when we are wallowing in those thoughts, the next idea, the next opportunity that's coming by, we miss it. We waste time wallowing in this, feeling bad, unnecessarily generating low vibe energy within us by, being mean to our own selves, or to others, right? And then we miss what's right in front of us, this next thing that we can do. So we need a little bit of a mindset shift, a perspective shift. Hi, by the way, I'm Susmita Veganosaurus, and you're listening to the Feel Good Factor podcast. I'm so glad you're here today. This podcast is about joy, fulfillment, mindfulness, well being, specifically for small business owners and entrepreneurs and creative brand owners, and multi passionate people. But yes, a lot of what I share is about prioritizing joy, feel good factor, and that applies to everybody. So, the perspective shift is that we're all part of this one divine, um, oneness, this cosmos. We're all part of this one cosmos. And beautiful things are abundantly flowing in this cosmos, moving from one place to another to another. They're circulating. So when we, quote unquote, miss out on something, right, we don't have to feel bad about it, because there is always something else coming our way, always something else coming our way. And especially if you have an idea, a thought, and you didn't feel moved or inspired to act on it or write it down immediately, and then somebody else does it, even more so you shouldn't feel bad, because when that right perfect idea for you hits you, you will act on it. You're meant to do it, you will do it. You won't even do it consciously, like you will just have the energy, from within to be able to work on it and execute it. So if you didn't, if you missed a chance to act on something that came to your mind, it's okay. It's absolutely okay. Yes, if somebody else has done it, doesn't mean you should also, not do it or something. Every single one of us can't be unique all the time. So yes, if you still feel like, after somebody else has done it, if you still feel like this moved to, no, now is the right time, I need to do it anyway. There's no harm. You can't be all special all the time. And first of all, everything is recycled in this universe. Nothing is truly original. So we kid ourselves when we think, oh, this is my original idea. It's not. Somebody somewhere in all of history has um, you know had that idea, some version of it, and acted on it and done something. So really, don't stop yourself on acting on something just because somebody else has. But also, don't force yourself to take every opportunity and act on every idea and having to execute it. And if you don't, definitely don't wallow in it and feel bad about yourself, about not having grabbed that chance. We're not here to grab anything. We're here to see what flows towards us, sense how that works for us, and then go with the flow of it. I have so many ideas for workshops and classes that keep running in my mind often. But yeah, I don't act on them. And there was this time where I'd feel bad. I would note down all these ideas and then I'd be like, oh no, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. There's so much to do, there's not enough time. Especially if you're a multi passionate, you know what I'm talking about. But there are some ideas I have where somewhere the energy will come from somewhere. I feel like, yes, and very quickly I'm able to act on it, execute it, and everything goes smoothly. It kind of falls into place very, very easily. Sometimes they are the silliest of things, sometimes they are great ideas. It doesn't matter if it's big or small, but it falls into place. So notice that, okay, your energy when you're actually executing something out of that feeling of moving in that smoothness versus doing it out of fear of missing out. Notice what you're grabbing onto and choose wisely and rightly. Talking about workshops, I'm going to be doing one next weekend on 15th March at 5 p.m. India time, that is Sunday, and it'll be 6:30 a.m. Eastern time, US, and you calculate what that is in your part of the world. It's going to be an online workshop about how to conduct vegan cooking classes, because doing that again has been amazing for me, like conducting classes throughout through all these years, 15 plus years, that has lit me up from within, and I've conducted classes. So I'm like, hey, if more people do this and they're able to find joy out of it, why not? So I'm going to teach you how to do that, how to conduct a vegan cooking or baking class. I'm going to share things from my experience, mistakes I've made which you can totally avoid, things to always remember to do, how to make use of the class even after it's over, things like that. I have like a bunch of those. So I'm going to drop a link to that workshop in the show notes. So check it out. If you feel like you want to teach a vegan cooking class, then attend the class, attend it, or register for it anyway, even if you can't attend live, and then you'll get the recording of the class. So this is like a great way to get access to it at its original and lowest price, because after that, once the class is over, I increase the price when I list it on my academy, simply because I feel like those who register originally, those who support me, they need to get the benefit of this. So check the show notes for that link. And also, if you're on Substack, go check out Living Playfully. I'm going to share that link also. And this piece that helped me come out, the breakthrough that came out, um, I'm going to share that piece next week on my Substack. But meanwhile, there are a lot of other, I believe, really nice pieces that I've written, so you can read them meanwhile. All right, thank you so much for listening to the Feel Good Factor. I'm Susmita Veganosaurus. Don't beat yourself up if you miss a chance or an opportunity, and don't take action immediately on something. Don't worry about it. Next thing is going to come your way soon. Take care. Talk to you again next week. Bye.